Pompey should provide a very good test for Tyrone Trice. Let's go to Michael Buffer and meet them.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesars Atlantic City, Top Rank and Budweiser present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Deputy Commissioners Lawrence Wallace and Yogi Hiltner, and the chairman is Jerry Gormley. It is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, represented here tonight by its legal counsel, James J. Binns, Esquire, and ringside supervisor, Marty Cohen. All the other officials will remain the same. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesars Atlantic City, let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds in the welterweight division. This is for the vacant WBA America's Welterweight Championship. The referee for this contest is Arthur Mercanti. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the white trunks with black letters and weighs an even 147 pounds. He's from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. His professional record, 34 victories, 31 by KO, only 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tyrone, the Butterfly Trice. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the gray trunks with red trim and also weighs an even 147 pounds. He's from Troy, New York. His professional record, 17-2-1, 7 KOs. Let's hear it for the Troy Tiger, Kevin Pompey.
Good evening, gentlemen. You both know the rules of the World Boxing Association and the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. We expect you to obey these rules, and I'll be here to enforce them. Shake hands, come on, boxing.
The venerable Arthur Mercanti and the Troy Tiger. That's going to go high on my list of nicknames. I like that very much. Kevin Pompey.
Kevin will sleep better tonight knowing that.
I think he probably will. And Tyrone Trice. Trice has been fighting, as you mentioned, literally all over the world. Has not had a fight in the United States since November 20th, 1987. He's been in France. He was in France all of 1988. And then in 1989, fought March 25th in Casablanca, Morocco. That's his only fight, though, of 1989.
Although he said to me this morning that he's had some other fights that he said weren't recorded. He almost indicated he wanted to be in anonymity. He's in stark contrast to the criticism of us for not talking about him enough.
If you fight in Casablanca, you're anonymous.
That's just true. It's hard to get a visa to get out, as Humphrey Bogart found out.
That's right.
These early rounds, I think, pivotal for Kevin Pompey. This 24-year-old knows he's in against a guy who's better than what he's been facing, even though he hasn't been facing bad fighters. For those people that did not see the April 1988 bout between Trice and Simon Brown, we showed some of it, of course. It was a war, and Trice very close to ripping that title away from Brown, who was in the audience here tonight, by the way. Simon here to take a look at Trice. And as Tyrone, who is self-managed, indicates that he thinks he's going to have an April date with Simon Brown.
Trice has to think about the man in front of him before he starts thinking about Simon Brown. Kevin Pompey, as we said at the top of the show, not a gimme.
Not at all. As we saw in our last fight, Nigel Benn escaped with a split decision over Sanderline Williams in a bout in which he admitted he took him lightly.
Pompey, the last time we saw him against J.J. Watt, good right hand by Trice. Last time we saw Pompey against J.J. Waters, he started rather slowly, came on in the late rounds. Trice got a couple of good shots in.
Kevin Pompey does not want to back up against the ropes because Trice will rip him as he did there. Detroit contingent here for Tyrone. Though he's living in Milwaukee and commuting to train. Well, wonderful body work by Trice, which I indicated at the beginning would be important for him.
That uppercut pretty good too is Trice. He's been short with it a couple of times, but he's gotten it there a couple of times also.
Step back.
Keep first, Kev. Keep first.
Trice being very patient in this first round.
The hook by Pompey, a punch he tends to slap with.
End of round number 1, Tyrone Trice and Kevin Pompey, and we'll be back. 400 times.
Just wanted to make you look real good.
That's right. She's always been like that.
What's a mom for if not to call and make her son look good?
400 times?
That's a lot of money. She'll be calling you to reimburse her for those calls. That first round was really a mixed bag, you know, in a certain way. For a portion of the round, I thought that Trice was taking control and almost to the point of it being really detrimental to Kevin Pompey. But then toward the end of that round, I got the impression Kevin Pompey started to feel a lot more comfortable.
As you mentioned, Pompey, the last time we saw him, did not get out of the blocks real quickly. As you look at the punch profile from the first round, Trice for 78 punches, frankly, I wouldn't have thought he threw that many, but he did.
And landed, you know, double the amount that Pompey did. I'll tell you what, though, I feel that Kevin Pompey's feeling more secure in this bout, the way he came out here for the second round. And, of course, that can all change immediately with a puncher with the power of Tyrone Trice.
I'll tell you one thing, whoever loses this fight will not lose it for being out of shape. These two guys are absolutely fit.
Yeah, it's great to see boxers who are in their right weight division, who are in terrific shape and ready to go, and that, as you said, applies to both men.
Good right hand by Trice, as Pompey doing exactly what you were saying he probably shouldn't do, and that is get on the ropes. Body shot.
And you can't against Tyrone Trice because he will throw those real strong body punches and good shots to the head.
Pompey himself trying to work the body a little bit.
You know what you could overlook, and you could easily, because Trice was knocked out by Simon Brown, and that's where most people have seen him, overlook his defense. Trice is a good defensive fighter. And Pompey having a tough time hitting him to the body and the head.
Trice's only 2 losses were by way of the knockout. As you mentioned, Simon Brown knocked him out in that title fight back in April of 1988. Freddie Pendleton knocked him out in 1 round, but that was way back in 1984, and it was only his 7th fight.
And there's no shame in losing to Freddie Pendleton, who's fighting Pernell Whitaker for the lightweight championship on February 3rd in the undercard of Camacho and Pazienza.
Trice has been very close on that uppercut on numerous occasions, and as you can see, Trice 31 knockouts in his 34 fights.
That's really the key difference in this bout. I'll tell you what, though, he has hit Pompey already with some very big punches, and Kevin hasn't budged. Oh, excellent body work by Trice.
Pretty effective, too. Pompey trying to fight back, though. Neither man's been hurt.
Kevin also committed to doing a lot of body work, but he just hasn't been as effective as Tyrone Trice.
Pompey, should you be wondering, has been knocked out once in his career, but that was also early in his career in his 8th fight against Warren Nelson right here in Atlantic City. Since that time, though, he has been right on and on his feet. 3rd round now, Tyrone Trice in the white trunks, Kevin Pompey in the gray trunks, or silver if you prefer.
A peek at my scorecard tells us that, in my mind, Tyrone Trice has won the first 2 rounds.
Won them both closely, though.
Yeah, Pompey had his moments in both those rounds.
Pompey's corner there, urging him to get off a little bit quicker. That's sometimes easier said than done. Right hand by Pompey. No damage.
Trice is setting up the straight right very well with his jab, and he's landed some extremely good rights. Kevin Pompey has taken him, but they've been there for Trice.
Right hand by Pompey.
They want Pompey to really double up with that left hook when he's on the inside. He's been doing that yet. Here's the hook by Kevin.
Pompey trying to work inside, trying to get inside. That hasn't always been easy, though, for him.
Now there's Pompey ripping left hooks. And there's the right. His left hook's not as powerful as Trice, but he's got a good one.
He's got into the right hand a couple times in this round, too.
And finally unveils his own uppercut.
Speed him! Speed him! Speed him!
Pompey actually getting the better of this.
Trice not throwing as many punches off those ropes as he did earlier.
Now Pompey steps back and lets Trice off the ropes.
Rare that you see two men in a boxing match as committed to body work as we've seen Pompey and Trice.
Yeah, both of them are. Good right hand by Trice there. And I'm sure the body punches of each man would wear down a lesser opponent, but as you said earlier, both these fighters just in impeccable condition. We'll be back.
The overhand right toward the end of the round that Kevin Pompey landed, and I got the attention of Tyrone Trice.
Did. Neither man has really been hurt in this fight. That was probably Pompey's best punch of the fight, but he had a good round. Here's the third round, and Trice was busier, but as you can see, even though Trice threw almost twice the punches, Pompey scored on 28 of them.
Kevin doing very good work to the body and then some good shot to the head like that right hand. Now, Trice has chosen to lay against the ropes like this. I think as a ploy, it's a good uppercut by Trice. Will it be a ploy that will stand him in good stead?
He's been looking to find a home for that uppercut since the fight started.
Good defense by Trice on the ropes, though. Blocking a lot of the shots that Kevin Pompey's throwing. But Pompey also blocking shots and lands his own overhand right and keeps him in the corner. Nice move by Kevin Pompey. Very nice move. A veteran's move.
Pompey clearly getting the better of it there. Trice not being hurt by anything and trying to fight off the ropes, but Trice's punches being caught on Pompey's gloves and Pompey getting there both to the body and the head.
And there finally, Trice gets away from that corner. Interesting sequence over there in that corner. And if you look back for moments in a bout and say, where was the time when a guy might have gained some confidence? Pompey might have gained confidence there. But look, Trice turns it around.
Let's box now. You won this round. Let's box.
Trice got through the gloves of Pompey that time.
And Trice is now doing exactly to Pompey what Pompey did to him, keeping him in that corner. Now finally, Pompey moves out. These are going to be very, very close rounds. Boy, are we headed for yet another split decision?
Really?
Good work downstairs by Pompey. They're not all landing perfectly, but he's getting there, and so is Trice. Well, I tell you what, tonight, you know what? Tonight we have 4 boxers in the ring that know what they're doing. The 2 in our previous fight and now here with Pompey and Trice. Pleasure to watch them work.
That is, Pompey, as a matter of fact, has only had 19 fights, but he just comes across like a much more experienced fighter. Good right hand again by Pompey. Nothing causing any real damage, but nonetheless, Pompey doing enough work. And he's had 2 very successful rounds in a row. We'll be back. Round number 5, and the 5th round, we had a debate here at this table as to who won that last round.
Very tough round to score. You kind of thought Kevin Pompey and I actually ended up making it even. I copped out a little bit.
Total punches in this fight. Trice.
Look at that.
Pompey fighting a very good fight. I'll tell you, the 492 punches connect on 88. And remember, Pompey is a guy who, generally speaking, will finish stronger than he starts.
There is a little cut, I think, over the left eye of Kevin Pompey.
I think there is too, and I did not see that at the end of the last round, nor did I see them working on a cut, so it must have happened right at the outset of this round.
See, they have been banging heads on the inside, too, a little bit.
I would hate to see this fight decided by cut.
Oh, that really would be a shame with both men doing such a good job. I don't know when I've seen, it's been a while since I've seen a bout in which both men have been so effective to the body. It is interesting, you know, we're watching a man in Tyrone Trice rated right near the top, #1 by the IBF, 5 by the WBC, 7 by the WBA. And here's a guy, Kevin Pompey, not in the top 10 rankings, but you can see a man who has lots of skills. And the difference between the top contenders and guys like him is not that vast. It's not that huge.
In fact, Trice took an interesting approach. He went to Europe to gain experience, and that's where he wound up getting the title shot.
Facing Simon Brown in France and staying on there to fight five more fights before the one at Casablanca. So yes, he's went on the road for that experience.
I'll say he went on the road. He went on the road more than Hope and Crosby.
That's true. He's just missing Dorothy Lamour, huh? I think Trice has been sharper in this round. Although Kevin Pompey has continued to work pretty effectively. A warning for holding behind the head.
Keep an eye on that cut. I'm not sure it's the cut as much as it is the swelling on top of the eye that could eventually be a problem for Kevin Pompey. Much better round for Tyrone Trice. And we'll be back.
Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We do hear him. Well,
Tell them I'm the greatest, one of the greatest. Tell them.
Thank you much.
I'll tell you what, he's a great heavyweight champion, and the guy sitting next to him might be one of the 2 or 3 greatest ever for sure, Archie Moore.
What an amazing guy.
Larry's not suffering from attack of humility these days.
No, he's not, is he? I like Larry.
I do too. I do too. He's
and a guy who was really underrated as a fighter. Not so much underrated,
yes,
but underappreciated.
Often misunderstood, I think.
Yes.
I have Tyrone Trice edging ahead now 49-47 in a bout in which Kevin Pompey very much in the hunt, as Keith Jackson might say if he were here.
Oh, doctor.
We're in no danger of a gully washer, though, are we?
That's right.
Indoors.
That's right. One other note about Archie Moore. Archie Moore was a half of the greatest fight I ever saw.
Ooh, which one would that be?
Yvonne Durrell.
Oh, my, yeah.
Montreal, Canada.
You were there live for that?
No, I wasn't.
No, I didn't think so. You were just 4 years old when that fight happened.
I heard it on a crystal set.
At your dad's knee.
Yes. Oh, but of course this is for the WBA America's welterweight title.
That's where Tyrone Trice got mad at us. See, we were kidding about that title, and there's where he got mad at us.
Where are the WBA Americas? Somewhere down by the Falklands.
Yes. See, and that's no reflection on you, Tyrone. You're a wonderful boxer, so don't get mad at us in the future. It's just that it's hard to figure out what the WBA Americas are supposed to be.
We'll have to send them to the Department of Nicknames. They'd probably come up with a better name for the title.
That's true. What we have, titles and all the rest aside, are 2 boxers who are plying their craft quite well. Even if this isn't one of those wildly exciting matches where everybody's getting hit every 2 seconds, the fact is there's a good right hand by Pompey. The fact is these are men that know what they're doing. It's part of the reason why they're not getting hit every 2 seconds. They're landing their share.
No, that's absolutely right. This falls into the category of good fight.
Just when Pompey comes on, Tyrone Trice showing why he is a top contender and a very potential champion, always always comes back with something special. Oh, those are really brutal body shots by Pompey. I mean, he is getting everything into those shots.
He's just doing a terrific job in this fight, and that's to take nothing away from Tyrone Trice.
Because you know what? Kevin Pompey we've seen him in recent fights, he has elevated his performance, even if he doesn't win here tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, he is wailing away to the body.
Good shots, a good round for Kevin Pompey. We'll be back.